How's it going, y'all? Today I want to make another State of the Skate. It's been a while since we've made one of these. This is my series where I planned on being able to just talk about skate or other skateboarding games or skateboarding in general. It's kind of like a journal entry, like what's going on? What is the state of the skate? And today we're talking about the state of skate dot. It's a good time to talk about it. We're midway, I think, through season 1. We're just finishing up the first live event, the Halloween event. There's certainly a lot of feedback, a lot of big feelings out there. And yeah, it's a good time to talk about it maybe. I always want to bring a balanced, kind of neutral take. I don't want to influence people too much in one direction or the other. Don't expect me to get into like how trash something is or whatever, but I'm also not gonna glaze it. You know, I want to give my authentic feelings for stuff, and I want to talk about where the game is going today. We have the roadmap we could take a look at again. We also have a new grind blog post that we will take a look at as well. The Halloween event, I definitely liked a couple of things. I felt like there was a lot of work that could be done for future events, you know, and hindsight will provide that. There's feedback, there's data. I'm assuming that the team is going to correct. Is that going to be the case in the 7-ply maple event? Maybe in some ways. You know, they're going to probably balance things. They're going to change the way currency is earned, and maybe what rewards we get, I don't know. I think a lot of that content is done way ahead of time, so they might not have the opportunity to change it in a drastic way, and we might not see big changes until season 2 or beyond. In my job, I develop products a lot of the time and oversee projects, and I'm working on something in April that might not come out until August or September, and at a certain point there's like no turning back, and I won't get to change course on something I got feedback on until the following season. The things I'm working on in July or August that are coming out in December or January. And that's probably how game development is too. So I think the name of the game here, and this is how I'm doing it, is patience. Maybe I'm toxically optimistic, but I'm being very patient. This game is unfinished. It truly is unfinished. I think we can tell that, but I think people just have this disconnect and think like this is the final product. And that's not the case. What does the roadmap say? We have season 1, which we're in. We got 2 seasonal events. We've just finished up Skate-A-Ween. We're getting the 7-ply maple harvest event in 2 weeks as of November 4th. We have the skate pass. The skate pass and the season are shorter than the next one is going to be. Season 2 is going to be longer and have 100 tiers. Season 1 also gives us some quality of life improvements. It says PC and HUD. We've had some quality of life improvements for sure. Most notably, like the color grading changed. We have that sort of like more yellow Skate 2 like filter. The HUD, I haven't seen any quality of life updates to that one. I don't know if that's graphical changes or if the compass is gonna just be able to be hidden. I'm waiting on that one for sure. But then moving on to season 2, December 2025, we're getting a new co-op game mode. I don't know what that is. 2 seasonal events. I'm assuming a Christmas one and something else next year. And we are getting party voice chat. I know a lot of us probably party up in Discord or Xbox game chat, but this will allow you, I'm assuming, to talk to strangers that join your party, which is pretty cool, an in-game chat. They've mentioned proximity chat as something that's coming. I don't think that's coming in season 2. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But this is not the proximity chat. We have new tricks. We have impossibles coming. I want to talk about impossibles. So if I open up the game here, you'll see here, if I do a 3 shove, that is an impossible. Like that is wrapping around my foot. And that's how people most of the time do impossibles. They don't always have that like very vertical wrap around like some people do, but like that's the amateur impossible. And the reason I point it out is because if we're getting impossibles and there's a new input to do impossibles, I hope we also get a change to 360 shove-its, because this is that's not a 3 shove in my opinion. For me, it looks just fine on the ground. Some people do 3 shoves like that too, but when you're coming out of like a back tail, it doesn't always look right. Like that one looked okay from the gameplay view, but to have your foot kind of wrap around and get that much pop out of a 3 shove, it just doesn't look right to me. I hope we get an updated 3 shove as well. That was my point. We are also getting improved hand plants in season 2. So I'm assuming that's like take your feet off the board and just do some different variations of hand plants, which is a cool thing to see. And then we're getting replay editor improvement. It doesn't say improvements, it says improvement. I don't know if this is separate from keyframes or replay editor improvement. It's just a generalized term for getting other things as well. I'm most excited about keyframes, but I do hope that we get some like vignetting filters, ability to like crop to a 4:3 ratio. So it's like a VX camera to give us that classic look. You know, each season includes new skatable areas, new challenges, new seasonal events, new brand partners, new cosmetics, new tracks added to the soundtrack, plus bug fixes and quality of life updates. I mean, to me, this seems like a game that's being developed. That's what's coming. Season 3 and beyond, we're getting leaderboards, open world collection. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's like hidden items, collectibles that you discover. Someone can let me know if they know what that is, and I don't know what that is. So more character slots. It says tattoos, player created parks, new game modes, new gameplay tricks, dark slides, and improved foot plants. I really hope the player created parks are in a separate area that you load into. I don't know if that's something that you have to like create in the moment in the live server, or if you can actually load into something that you've created in your own free time and skate it with a party. That's what my dream is, you know. I want to share those and save them, download them, whatever. New game modes, I hope that is multiplayer modes. I hope that's death races, spot battle, gameplay tricks like dark slides and improved foot plants. Foot plants are a favorite trick of mine. I like to do them like off a bank and like foot plant off a tree. Right now things are definitely a little janky, so I'm excited about that one too. But yeah, I think reading the roadmap really just, I want to reinforce that this is an unfinished game and it is being developed. My position in the player council, I can communicate with the development team and I get a response at like freaking midnight sometimes from a developer who's off the clock. They care and they are working on it and they listen to us, and I can only be authentic here. I'm being honest, and you know, I'm up against a huge wave of negativity. Heck, maybe a year from now I'm proven wrong and they give up on the game, and I'm again toxically optimistic, and nothing has been shown to me inadvertently that gives me any pause as to them not listening or them not working on this game. That lag in where they're at in development, when you're going to see things, is probably why it's feeling like they're not listening. I hope that we see some stuff in the next season that shows like they are listening. The color changing was a big one for me. People complained about that and it changed very quickly, and maybe that's just something easy to change, or maybe it's something that was planned. I don't know, but I have hope. That's what I want to point out. I have hope. So let's take a look at the grind. If you don't know, the grind to me doesn't seem to be showing up on the website anymore. I think it's only in Discord. If you go to the Discord for Skate, under announcements and info, you have the grind section, and you can find the blog post there now. There's a handful of things in this November 4th grind that we can talk about. Notably says we're 2 weeks out from the 7-ply Maple Harvest event. This was posted yesterday, November 4th. So that event is happening in 2 weeks. It also says we've got the best free gift in the Citadel coming this Friday. So today's Wednesday. In 2 days, there's something. I have no idea what that is. If someone gets the reference, if that's what it is, or if they know what it is, just let me know in the comments. I have no clue. They talk about how the daily resets for challenges is an hour earlier due to daylight savings time going away. You know, they pushed out a hot fix to address crashing issues on console. I was noticing that. It's from when you use the resume feature. You load into Skate, it would crash and you would have to restart the game. So that's cool. Season 1 in our first seasonal event received a lot of feedback. I would agree with that. They say they've heard our feedback. The two things they note are it was planned to be a little shorter this season. All future seasons will have around 100 tiers in the Skate Pass. I don't necessarily know if that addresses any feedback. It's just reiterating what we knew there. And through Skate-A-Weem, we learned that the event economy is not properly balanced and leads to a surplus of event currency that you can't spend. We're making changes to the 7-ply event later this month as a result, and we'll continue to evaluate to see what we need to make further adjustments to in the future. Anytime I hear like they're decreasing event currency, alarm bells ring. but there really has been like a surplus of event currency that you can't use. So if they are decreasing it, at least it'll be more balanced and you can use it when you want to use it and it won't just be sitting there. Or maybe the inverse happens and they give us more items to purchase and there's not really an adjustment to how much currency you earn. And maybe that's just a product of longer events and a longer season. I don't know. You know, they say they've heard our feedback and there's only 2 points there. 2 points. So at the bottom, it does say we've got more info coming through a developer's blog from the team at Full Circle. That's probably the more appropriate place to address deeper feedback, deeper concerns. So hopefully they talk about more of that feedback they received. You know, we have the extreme negative side. We have the like blindly positive side. I'm trying to be in the middle. I hope they address the extremes though. People don't like V, I think. What's up with V? Why did the character models change? Is that going to change back to that eventually? Or is that the goal to get to? I really want to see death races and spot battle. I haven't really heard those specifically mentioned. Those are kind of like the hard hitting questions, I think, for me. So I hope we hear more about that stuff. Finishing up the blog, the grind, there's a reminder that there is the free gift. You probably need to get that. Oh wait, it says before December 2nd. Okay, maybe December 2nd is when the season 2 starts, because you have to get this Haru shirt before December 2nd and it's tied to the season. So maybe soft lock, stuck progression. They're trying to figure that out for people still. That's gotta suck for those who are still stuck. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's it. Other than that, they share some content. So that's the state of Skate, I think. We are in a waiting game. We're waiting to see what the finished product is gonna look like, what progress is being made into season 2. We haven't seen anything about the 7-ply maple harvest yet. I want to see some stuff. I'm excited to see where this game is going. I'm not doom and gloom. I don't think this is the finished product. So I want to see some stuff. I want to hear what's coming. And I know y'all do too. So I'm going to leave it at this today. I feel like we did a lot of talking, not any skating. I'm sorry, but we'll have skating in the next video. And yeah, talk to you in the comments. Later, y'all.